Hey guys, Jonathan Soto here, back again doing another movie review, and today we will be reviewing A Bug's Life. Now, A Bug's Life is directed by John Lasseter and features Dave Foley, Hayden, uh, Dan O'Tellier, Kevin Spacey, um, David Hyde Pierce, Joe Rams, Julia Louis Dravis, Dennis Leary, Bonnie Hunt, Richard Kind, and Madeline Kahn. The plot of a wait. Before I get to the plot, let me explain this. Let me explain what I'm doing. I forgot to mention this in the Toy Story review. So what I am doing right now is I'm reviewing all 21 Toy Story movies before Onward comes out. Um, and it comes out this Friday. If I see it that day, I won't review it until I review all the Pixar movies. But like I have to be I'll try to be really quick before Friday hits. Um, now I'm gonna discuss the plot now. The plot of A Bug's Life is like there's these bugs. There's these group of bugs who like work all the time. Like they have to like gather food and all that, and like they have like little homes underground. One day this the main character, Vilk, I think that was his name. He's a purple ant, and like he accidentally like drops over their all their food, and so he drops them to like this water thing, and so they like they all hate him for that, but he was already an outcast before that, so they hate him even more, and so yeah, so like they all have to meet underground and like this court thing, and like they're bringing in Filk and all that. And while they're doing this court thing, these whole bunch of grasshoppers like they intrude their home, and like they tell them like I forgot what they told him. It's been a while since I've seen this movie, and like I haven't gone back to rewatch it because like I didn't really have time to. So um yeah, these grasshoppers come and they threaten them and all that, and like they threaten hit them for like food and all that, and then they leave, and so like now that all the ants and all the insects, they all realize like we need to have strong warriors that know how to fight. Okay, sorry about that. As I was saying, like they all realize they need stronger warriors to try to defeat the grasshoppers, and someone has to go out of their homeland and try to look for warriors that could defeat the grasshoppers. And Phil decides to like go out to find warriors. So they're like, oh, okay, fine, just go. And so like when they so he does that, he flies over like a bit far from his home, and then he runs into circus these circus insects. Okay. As I was saying, like he runs into these circus insects, and like they're all like this little like stick insect, a ladybug who is a man, and a fat worm, a a black widow. Uh, Is that it? Let me think. Is there another one? I think there is another one. I forgot. Who he was though. Like he runs into those circus insects, and he tells them they don't. The circus insects, they have a circus, but like they're not so good with doing circus, and people don't like their shows. But like Phil like tells them like I I he's like I need you guys to like fight these grasshoppers for me and all of that. But he already knows that they're not warriors, but like they're the closest bet he can get to defeating the grasshoppers. So like he has them to so he wants them to defeat the grasshoppers, and then they go back home, and then they go back home, and he goes back home with the circus animals, and like everyone like loves them and all, and like they're all like assembling a plan for them on how to defeat the grasshoppers and all that. And so once that happens, they start like to figure out like what is our plan and all that. So like they realize like that their plan is to like create a fake bird and to like cause like every insect is afraid of birds because like birds are what eat insects, and so like they're trying to make a fake bird to scare away the grasshoppers to for him to, and have them never to come back. So so I think that's the whole plot of A Bug's Life. Do I like this movie? Yeah, I like it. It's solid, just like the first Toy Story. The first two Pixar movies are really solid in my opinion. Um, they're not like amazing though in my opinion. They're not the like Pixar movies I would like to go back and rewatch all the time. They're kind of a bit of not forgettable. Not forgettable. The first Toy Story is not forgettable in any means. A Bug's Life. This one is a smidge forgettable. This one, it's still really good. It's just like one of the most forgettable like Pixar movies, and not much people like talk about this one anymore. Um, this movie is really solid. I like it. I like all the characters. I like Phil. I like I like the girl that's I like the princess girl that like I like the princess girl and like her little sister that wants to fly but she can't fly until she's a teen or something or grown up. And I like the queen of the place, and I really like the circus people too. I really like the worm. He's a bit funny. I like the stick. I like how they always make fun of him that he's just a stick and all that. Yeah, I like the ladybug, and like it's funny how like everyone thinks the ladybug is a girl, but it's actually a man, and like even like the kids there like think the ladybug's a girl, and I really like the Black Widow. The Black Widow's really cool. Um, the setting, I really for what this movie needs to be for a Bug's Life setting, this was very accurate. I love the setting to this movie. It was exactly what this movie needed. Um, I really like all the grasshoppers as the villains. I like the main person Hopper, played by Kevin Spacey. He's a good villain. Um, so the the soundtrack the soundtrack is a bit forgettable in my opinion. I think it's like one of the most forgettable Pixar soundtracks. Um, but like the soundtrack is it's still good in my opinion. It's solid. It's not like a soundtrack I would want to listen to all the time like Toy Story. Um, this movie has a bit of comedy in it too, and the comedy is really good too. Um, and I forgot to talk about like that the main character Phil, he ends up falling in love with the princess girl, but like that's a major flaw I have with it. It feels a bit forced in my opinion. And I'm not so invested to that storyline. Um, this the pacing's really good. The pacing is kind of a it's good. It's just this movie's like an hour and 30 minutes, but it goes by a smidge slow. But like it's still like the way it flows by. Like besides from it being slow, still has a good pace, and like it does get kind of interesting at times. So um, so yeah. The um all the scenes with like the whole end battle with like the grasshoppers fighting the insects is really cool too, and like using the bird and all that, and and like um even like when like the circus people are like doing tricks and all that with the bird. So let me think. Is there anything else? The all the actors do a good job voicing their characters. Let me think. The way it ends is pretty satisfying. Do I have any other flaws with it? Let me think. Let me think. Let me think. Is there any other flaws I have with it? It could have gone by a bit faster in my opinion. Like the pacing could have been a bit better. It's still good. Just could have been a smidge better. Um, let me think. The soundtrack could have been way better. It could have been like miles better than what it really was. Um, the um, let me think. Is there any other songs? I think that's it. To rate this movie, I think I'll rate it a B plus. It's a solid movie. I really like it. So yeah. B plus. Bye and see you all in the next review.